Spirit. How would it feel then to live in that God-shaken house? To feel the wind like the very breath of life, like the stirring of the deep before time, gusting through these small daily rooms, clattering and pressing against doors and shutters, not to be contained. How would it feel to look up, eyes dried by wind force, and see fire falling, flames bright and crackling, and resting with heat that does not burn on each wondrous head? To be blown open, lock-sprung, lifted with wild, reckless joy, as words tumble out into the clear, singing light. It would feel like this. It feels like this. And it is still only morning. Pentecost. Today we feel the wind beneath our wings. Today the hidden fountain flows and plays. Today the church draws breath at last and sings as every flame becomes a tongue of praise. This is the feast of fire, air and water, poured out and breathed and kindled into earth. The earth herself awakens to her Maker and is translated out of death to birth. The right words come today in their right order, and every word spells freedom and release. Today the gospel crosses every border. All tongues are loosened by the Prince of Peace. Today the lost are found in his translation, whose mother tongue is love in every nation. Love flows. Love flows from God into man, like a bird who rivers the air without moving her wings. Thus we move in his world, one in body and soul, though outwardly separate in form. As the source strikes the note, humanity sings. The Holy Spirit is our harpist, and all strings which are touched in love must sound. Pentecost. Sometimes you spell it out for us, God's earth, the matter of the universe, holding without form at first all God's love, grace, mercy, pardon, as our earth which was yet to nourish. God's water as his love, flowing now binding hearts together, baptizing with his grace. God's fire that warms, consumes, shines as the beauty of his blessing, a light so bright we cannot see his form. What then would you say of God's own air, that Holy Spirit that blows his grace as blow it will, breathe through his boundless space upon the souls in their own upper air? And what then of God's fifth element, the ether, humming his vibrations? What of the sound of God? What may you listen to or sound of him? The upper room of house, of soul, a rushing mighty wind whose sound blew through their lives, with many voices, tongues of flame about their heads. And as much spirit, love and grace, and as much nourishment and daily bread as man to man, as soul to soul, as God-self to God-self. Perhaps, as John said, remembering that Pentecost, one word.